Hi, everyone. I'm Lauren Konkar-Sheehy, the Executive Director of the Garden State Film Festival. And we're super excited. Today we have with us Mark Sposato, who directed, along with his wife, Courtney, Hey, It's Me. Hey, Mark. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, happy to be here.
We're so excited. So your film is going to screen at the Garden State Film Festival on Saturday, March 27th. At the Asbury Lanes, and the time frame is 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. So
Amazing.
it's live in person and virtual. So everybody will be able to see it. Okay, Ming and I were just talking before, like the lighting and everything in this is outstanding. So tell us a little bit, what inspired you to make this? Who wrote the story? And just tell us everything.
Okay, wow. So thank you so much. The lighting was very important to us. We were super inspired stylistically by Euphoria, like the first season. We just loved how like color can actually become a storytelling element. And with our first short that also premiered at Garden State, we did some like kind of some interesting color themes, but we wanted to push it really far in this because it's kind of more of an out there story. Like there's still a core human element to it, but it's really kind of like almost a fantasy that everybody has about like what if you could revisit a time in your life that you made a mistake. And I think everyone has that, right? And we wanted to figure out like how to tell a story around that. So we came up with this crazy sci-fi premise, and we wanted to kind of make a heightened sense of reality with it. So it's not like we wanted to resonate and feel, like very, very honest, but at the same time, like our world that we built was like larger than life. And that's how we kind of got into all of our stylistic choices. But in the conception of the whole idea, basically we were just talking about that theme about like revisiting mistakes and what can you do about that? So my head always goes to time travel. I'm actually working on developing my first feature, which is a time travel movie as well. But we thought, okay, we want to make a short. We're not going to, it's self-funded, this one completely. We didn't even do a Kickstarter campaign. It was just, we just wanted to make something that we could handle on our own. So we thought, what if we can do time travel, but through airwaves? And that was like the big hook. Like, what if particles, sound waves can travel through time and connect two people at different points in time? So it's really this idea of like facing off against yourself. That was the genesis of the idea. And I'm a big sci-fi nerd. My wife, Courtney, she's like into sci-fi, but I'm like obsessed with sci-fi. So I really pushed for us to just kind of go for it this time and go all out and lean into those genre elements and do something that was just really, really bold.
Oh my gosh. Like, all right, so tell us about the phone. The phone is so beautiful.
Thanks.
And also, even before, well, I don't want to ruin everything, but, even in the glass, I'm just like, oh my God, look at that phone.
Yeah. So the phone it's a prop that we had in our first film, I've Been Compromised. And it was just in the hotel room. It was something that we thought was a cool element. And once we had this idea for time travel through airwaves, we just were like, we got to use that phone somehow, just make it this cool device. And another thing, like part of the heightened reality aspect was that we didn't really want to get into like explaining how
Right.
thing in the world that can do this incredible, amazing achievement of allowing you to time travel just through a phone call.
So cool. I can't wait. Oh, actually, hey, let's hit play on that little trailer.
Let's take a look.
What's it like?
What's what like?
The future.
cool. And the music. And too, I was like, oh, I love the music.
Yes. If I can add something about the music, we have what I think is a super cool idea going on here where we use the same composer from I've Been Compromised, their first film, and we actually use the same theme song, just like we totally rebuilt it in a different way. So
cool.
and yeah, and like we have an idea for a trilogy. So this is really part 2 of a trilogy, and we're going to do a third movie with a third version of the song, working with the same composer.
Oh, that's amazing. And I don't know if you remember, but the Garden State Film Festival has a movie music competition.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good idea. That is a very good idea.
We open for submissions June 1st for everyone that wants to submit for 2022.
Okay.
I know 2021 didn't even happen yet, and we're already talking about 2022, but June 1st, Film Freeway.
Awesome. I'm there.
Nice. So tell us, what was it like with, everyone just saw the trailer now. So the purples and the pinks and like, it's just so cool that it's kind of retro-y feeling, but futuristic at the same time. What inspired you to, go that path?
That's a great question. That literal thought that you just said, like it's retro but futuristic, came from a novel by one of my favorite authors. And it was called The Bone Clocks by David Mitchell. And basically the premise is that like eventually, things can't progress forever and the future is going to look a lot like the past. So that was kind of our mantra throughout the whole shoot, was like we want to lean into this idea that eventually things come around to like coming like back to where they were. Things, you can't forever progress. You always have to like come back to a state that you were in previously. So yeah, so like we have two time periods in the movie, and the furthest from today is actually supposed to look like it could have been, really like timeless. Not, I mean, there's some tech in it, but besides the tech, it was supposed to kind of look like it could have been, even years ago, could have been 100 years ago. So it's just, we wanted to play with like subverting the expectation of a futuristic story looking super slick all the time and like totally, bright white and, sterilized. And we just wanted to go a different way with it and make it feel warm and rich.
It's cool. It's deep and layered. You can feel it.
Thanks. Yeah.
Welcome. That's awesome. Oh, hi, Robin Camp, one of our Garden State Film Festival board members. Robin is saying, hey.
Hey, Robin.
Hi, Robin. So Mark, I think, we have a high school film portion of the annual festival. It's not separate. So to our student filmmakers, what words of wisdom or advice do you have for those that are just starting out?
Yeah, I think I'm a great person to answer this question, because unlike my wife, who went to film school and it's been her dream her whole life to become a filmmaker, I'm relatively new at this. I was kind of like her cheerleader for years. She always wanted to direct. She became an editor, an incredible editor, and was working in like commercial and in film, but just not making her own stuff. And about 5 years ago, we just decided, let's just make it happen and do it together. And she can attest to this too, that you do learn a lot in film school, and that's super important. But what you have to do is get out there and make it, and use whatever means you have necessary. I'm actually going through this now with in the early development of my feature. We want to get backing for this. We want to get a budget, of over $1 million. But if we can't do that, we're going to shoot it for like, 100,000, and we'll do anything we can to make it happen. So with a short film, there's no reason anybody today can't do it. You can literally use your iPhone.
Right.
And get your friends to help you out, and there's incredible gear that you can rent for pretty cheap, and it's really, there's no excuse for not making things. You just have to just do it. But I think what I did was I just did my homework first. I read all about screenwriting. I took screenwriting courses. I practiced a lot, and of course, you need to watch a lot of films and have an analytical mind and figure out what works and what doesn't. So I don't think people should just kind of come at it from a place of, I'm some kind of creative genius that can do whatever I want and it's going to work. You have to like know the basics, but once you do start studying the basics, just practice, just do it, just make stuff. We had no idea with our first short whether or not it was going to be good, and we were just amazed to have it premiere at Garden State and go on to other festivals and win awards. And now we have our second short under our belt and 2 more shorts planned and 2 features planned that we're both developing kind of concurrently. But none of this would have happened if we were afraid to try. So don't be afraid to try and work within your means, but do what you can with what you have.
That's awesome. Sound advice.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to see you on the red carpet again, right?
Yeah. That was a fun time.
I know. So it'll be a little differently with masks and everything, but it'll still be me under there.
Okay. I can tell by the hair. You have very distinct hair.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So we're just so thrilled to have you back. Is there anything else about the film? You know what? Actually, even like the hair and makeup of the female in the beginning made me have that retro vibe too about the film.
Yes.
So it's interesting.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that. So that was like part of this is like a mystery cat and mouse vibe until you really figure out what's happening with the narrative. So we really wanted to lean into like an old noir feeling, like a neo-noir. And Looper was another inspiration, even specifically with the idea of like somebody confronting himself at a different time period.
Wow.
We just wanted to like use those visual touchstones to like set a mood, to set a tone, and then kind of like set up expectations for where the story might go.
Oh, so wait, am I allowed to ask, like, what was the gunshot? We're like,
it's up for interpretation. I know what it is.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
But I think,
I remember. Never mind. I think I know now. I just went and put the pieces together.
I like when people, I'm a fan of those types of endings where there is an answer, but like it's really open and people can kind of put their own thoughts into it. And my goal is to make people think. That's what I want to do with all of my films. That's kind of why I'm interested in being a storyteller. So the more you can leave open, I think, the better. It just gives people a chance to, mull it over and stay with your story even after the credits roll.
And the effects at the end were really cool with the walls. I was like, whoa.
By the way, shout out to Courtney. She did all of our effects.
Really? Courtney?
Yeah. And our, a lot of our sound design too. I mean, we did work with a wonderful sound engineer too, but she did the initial sound design. So she's been doing a lot of stuff that she never used to do, like color too. She did a really great color pass. Yep. So she's getting it done. And that's the key, I think, to like how we do things. When we can do it ourselves, we don't wait for other people to like agree to help us or to come on board. We just do everything we can with our means and our skill sets, and then build a team.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
We're excited. So for everyone at home, again, it's Saturday, March 27th, 2021. The film block is AL7. It's for the Asbury Lanes, and it is screening 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. And you can get your virtual multi-pass at gsff.org, and in-person tickets will soon be available. Each of the 4 live venues have different capacity limits, so we have to be very strategic, when we put those tickets on sale. They're going to go very fast. So we're going to notify the filmmakers first when the tickets become available, and you will soon know. Hopefully later today we'll have the finalized schedule. But we're thrilled. We can't wait to be with you guys.
I'm so excited. Such a great experience the first time, and we can't wait for this. This is going to be amazing.
Oh, awesome. We're excited. Well, is there anything else, any last minute ideas from the film that you wanted to share?
I think, if if everyone just goes in with an open mind and just kind of roll with it and don't question too much up front, I think it's all gonna pay off in the end. I think that's kind of the best way to approach it.
Awesome. We'll send our love to Courtney also, and we'll see you in Asbury Park, March 23rd to the 28th. On the 23rd, we're at the Cranford Theater. Then the 24th to the 28th, we're in Asbury Park.
Awesome. Can't wait.
All right, cool, Mark. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Got it. Talk soon.
Bye.
Bye.